Hey everyone, it's Lynn, and I just got my first film camera, and I've had so much fun using this and going out and capturing moments. I am in love with the way things look on film, from the imperfections to the color, the grain, the light leaks. It all makes me feel so nostalgic, kind of like a warm hug. What am I not in love with? Waiting for my film to get developed. However, there is a way to evoke the same feeling of nostalgia, to simulate film, and I do so by using film effects from Adobe Stock. If you're not familiar with the videos and art I make, I have a YouTube channel where I post slice of life, coming of age vlogs, and I regularly use the lens flare, which is perfect for giving your footage that film-like look and transitioning in between clips. So without further ado, let's learn how to create a realistic lens flare in Adobe Premiere Pro. To find the perfect assets for your project, we can search up lens flares in Adobe Stock. On Adobe Stock, there's a variety of options, and you can easily find lens flares in different colors, lengths, and styles. Whether your project is in 1080p, 4K, or another aspect ratio, Adobe Stock has high-quality assets to fit into your creative vision. After finding the lens flares that you like, let's learn how to add them into your videos by using Overlay. Let's open up Adobe Premiere Pro. With your footage on the timeline, import the lens flare assets and then drag and drop it on top of your footage. Before trimming it down to match with my video, I like to skim through the entire clip of the lens flare asset and see which part I like the best. And since I'm working in a 4:3 ratio, I also scale it down so it fits the frame. Now for the fun part. To blend in the lens flare with your footage, you're going to want to change the blend mode to either lighten, screen, color dodge, or linear dodge. Experiment and see what you like. Here's an example of how each blend mode interacts with the footage underneath, and you can also adjust the opacity to strengthen or weaken the effect. What blend mode I use depends on the clip's lighting and color. I also like to add in lens flares where it can enhance something that is already present in the footage, such as this clip where the sun is hitting the ocean waves beautifully. I want to bring that out by adding in an additional glare. You can also take it to the next step by keyframing the opacity and turning it into a transition, sort of like this. Lens flares can create a seamless transition when you want to change from one scene to another. In this sequence, my friend is taking a photo on the beach, and after she takes that photo, I want to switch to a different setting. First, I'm going to drop the lens flare asset I like to use on top of the timeline and find the brightest points in the footage, which will be best for the transition. Then let's head over to the effect controls and find the opacity, and we're going to create a little mountain of keyframes. You want to put a 100% opacity keyframe right before your first clip ends and at the beginning of your second clip. Then place 0% opacity keyframes on both sides. You can see that it creates a little hill, a little mountain, and then you can adjust this to your liking. And my pro tip to take your project to the next level: you can use audio from Adobe Stock to simulate the sound of film. Under the Essential Sound panel, you can actually search for Adobe Stock audio assets without leaving Premiere Pro. A couple of quick searches, I'm able to find the camera sounds that I like and also background music for the video. With a few finishing touches, this is what the final video looks like. So, whether you're looking to capture and compile those memories that you made with your friends, or you're looking for a new transition idea, try adding these lens flares and light leaks to your next project with assets from Adobe Stock. Let me know in the comments if you give it a try and what type of projects that you're working on, and thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye!